Okay guys, this is Cruise Roy. Picked up a used Inspire. I've been modding it step by step. I got the new props, the quick release with the better locking mechanism, and the newest thing right now is the Titan power boost antenna. I just installed it, came in this box, and I'll tell you the exact name. Okay, it's the Cyclone. Alright, they have other antennas, but this is power boosted, and it's well known that the Inspire really needs a little bit of boost. It's a lot old school compared to the Phantom 4, and it just needs a little help. And what's neat about it, it's got its own power boost right there. It's quick release antenna, but you don't really need it all the time. You can leave it off. And let me start it up so you know everything's working here. Came with a cool badge to put on the nose. Okay, and with the Inspire, it takes a little connection. I had to download the Pilot app 292, and I'm using an Android phone. Turn it in the right direction. Okay, it says it's locked on. Okay, flight error records, compass error, blah blah blah. Because I'm inside of a building, so it needs to be calibrated. Camera all moves.
Take off.
And it shuts down when there's no props. Okay, and with the Titan antenna. Alright, I got some other plans for a battery charger I'm working on, but I also want to show you another thing. Let me power it down. I'm going to power it down for right now. This goes out to Donnie Frank on his YouTube channel. I thank him a lot. His ideas of downgrading to the 1.6 on the controller and the 1.8 on the aircraft worked very well.
I recently made a video about rolling back the firmware on your Inspire 1 to version 1.0.8. I found that this is the best version for video feed and reliability. So that's the version I use. There are two ways to do this. You can either roll back the firmware one version at a time, or you can use what I like to call the magic key file.
Some people had trouble figuring it out, but now I also went to flyflydrones.
Alright guys, we've got another video coming at you from flyflydrones. This is Steve. What we're going to do today is we're going to talk a little bit about the new firmware updates.
The magic key file.
Cemetery that you visit.
and they have a consulting plan that they can work out with you. There's a set fee, but what happens is they rewrite the Inspire's code, and you can put it on an SD card just like you would the upgrade firmware. Right now I'm on 108. Let me just put the SD card in. I'm on 108 on the aircraft and 16 on my controller. Now, when I boot this up without the controller on, it's going to put a new magic file on here. I'm going to have no NFZs. I'm going to go a lot faster, a lot higher altitudes, and they also have it for the better auto land with the battery, but that's not on here yet. They're working out a few bugs. But if you go to flyflydrones.com, they can consult you or help mod any of your DJI drones when it comes to parameters and things like that. So let me power it up with this magic key. Okay, if you listen, it's making the firmware update beep. It's not really a beep. It's like a growl. So it's taken the new file, the new bin file, and it's updating me with no limits on the altitude, distance, no NFZs, higher speeds up to 65 miles an hour like the Inspire 2. And so now that's why I wanted the Triton antenna, the boosted antenna, so I don't have any problem with losing reception. So I installed that tonight, and now I'm letting it install the new firmware. He said it'll take about 15 to 30 minutes. So have your battery fully charged. But the consulting fee, he can use any type of firmware you want, all the way up to the newest firmwares if you want. And the consultant works with, changing the parameters with any version of firmware for the Inspire 1. Just gonna grab a seat and watch it do its thing. Okay guys, now if you listen to the sound, bam, 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 that means that it's all complete and it is finished. So I have to shut down the craft. Alright. Next thing we have to do is take out the SD card. What I'm going to have to do is reformat this, get rid of the file, and I can use it for the Inspire's video cameras. But let's fire it up again. This time the proper way. Controller. The Inspire 1. I don't need to boost the antenna. Alright, it's initialized. Unplug the phone, plug it back in. It's kind of like the Spark has that issue. The reason I say just once is because I use other drones for this phone. Alright. So you're not going to be able to tell by going through here, even if I hold the firmware button down, or I just go into I'm new to the Inspire here, so there we go. Says the firmware is all up to date. There's the about. It shows my app as 291, but everything else is unavailable. But it should be no NFZs, altitude, all that.
Take off.
Should be all set and ready to go. This is Cruise Roy with the Inspire 1 modded. Got a few things more to go. Titan antenna, and it's boosted by power. And this is Cruise Roy, and I'm out of here.